Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to have a wonderful Powerhouse Power Week. And we're going to have a power day today. Today's a power day. It's one day out of the week, but it's a power day. We have a wonderful speaker. The topic is Reinvent the Way You Lead and Serve. You first, then the plan. I'm so excited because I have gotten to hear this young man. I mean, like, he doesn't need an introduction. He doesn't even need a PowerPoint presentation. When he speaks, it's like, boom, it's that power, it's that fire, it's that excitement. So I'm so excited that we have the opportunity to hear from Esteban Marrero. He is going to rock our world with his topic. So Esteban, thank you so much for being here with us today. I know you're a busy man. I know you got a lot of stuff going on, but it means so much that you spend time with all of us. So thank you, thank you, thank you, my dear. The mic is yours. Take it away.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for a lovely, lovely introduction, Queen Linda. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Bienvenido a todo. I am Esteban, for those who do not know who I am or have not met me yet. And welcome to our power group. Yes, power. Power is what we're talking about today. It is definitely a quality that we all need, all leaders need, and consultants. It's a virtue that we need to teach ourselves, and we simultaneously need to teach our consultants to bear the path for them to become future leaders too. So good morning to everyone. Welcome to day two of Power Week. Luz Mercedes and we went over a few things. She coached me very, very well and gave me a couple of pointers. I'm going to reflect on some of the points that she shared with me, and I'm going to throw in a little of my own personal suggestions and opinions for everybody. Please feel free to ask any questions at the end that anyone may have. Okay, so I see it yesterday that you guys had your meeting. You talked about the stories that you want to tell yourself. I tell stories all the time. All right. All the time, I tell stories. I tell stories to my customers. I tell stories to my colleagues, my employees, to just keep it fresh, keep it going, having that engagement between you and all the people that you lead, that you control. And that's not just your team. That can also include your customers as well. I try to instill doing things differently, changing things up all the time in how you lead. But definitely always make sure that you incorporate love, compassion, care, and concern, along with energy in how you lead with your team, with your job for team. Um, you don't lead by what you do, you lead by what you awaken. You lead by what you create, by what you control. Okay. So if you have a certain rules or regulations that you would like your team to follow to complete the puzzle of the path to, because that's your vision for achievement with your business. You have to be able to be energized in showing that awakened spirit to your team. You can't be baritone. Well, this is what we need to do. Jafra has this nice product, and it's really, really good. It's at a good price, and I think everybody should sell it. No, we want to do it with energy. We want to show our team that there is a sense of happiness in what we are showing, what we are selling, the product that we have for our customers. And you want to be like, Jafra has this excellent, excellent, amazing product right now that all people, no matter what their culture, what their color, will be interested in. Okay, you want to be able to have that delightfulness in your tone, in your face, in your mannerisms, even with your own team, even though that they're not customers, because they're watching you. They're watching what you say. They're watching what you do. They're watching how you look. Okay, and they're going to mimic that. And so if you do even one thing wrong as the leader, it could fall off on one of your team members. Okay. Um, if your energy is disconnected, it's going to show off on your team. And from there, it will then show off on customers, on your customers, on their customers. So as hard as it is, and I got to be honest, it's not easy being a leader. Okay, it's not easy, but the benefits outweigh the tribulations, if you will. Okay, if you know what you're doing, if you're doing it right, if you're listening to yourself, to your gut feelings on what you need to change, being honest with yourself, and acting on and reacting on that honesty with yourself, you will gain tremendous achievements as a leader for your group. I wanted to share a little bit of how I enact with my lives. Okay, my lives are one of my main source of getting the Jaffa product out there, besides locally. And on my lives, I'm doing everything. I'm talking a mile a minute. I'm describing the product. I'm giving a story for the product. I'm dancing around. I'm singing. Whatever I feel is my creativity, I bring to the table, to my customers and to my team, to my consultants. Some of them feel like, well, I can't dance, or I can't do this, and I can't do that. And I tell them, find your niche, find your path of what makes you comfortable. I'm comfortable dancing. Do I want to dance in front of the camera? No, I do not. Could care less. But I'm trying to show an entertaining part of me to go along with the product, to put a smile on my customer's face, to make them want even more the product, because they see somebody who's happy go lucky, selling a product that they're telling them is essential, is nourishing, it's healthy, and all of that good stuff. And they're also saying that the cost of it is well worth it. And then you put a little dancing and a little creativity behind that. That's what I thought of. Everyone is different. Everyone can think of their own thing. One of my consultants likes to cook, and so when she's talking to her customers, she always brings up food, some kind of dish, something she just cooked, or um, saw a recipe, and and that's how she gets the engagement going with her customers, and finds a way or method to blend in that Jafra skincare or perfume or makeup. It may sound hard to believe, but there are mechanisms, there are ways to bridge together your story, how you are leading with your team, and then the product and the customer. Um, okay, so there are times we would ask ourselves, what version of me is leading and selling today? Am I selling from pressure or from passion? Okay, that is a question that Luz Mercedes gave to me, and asked me to think about. I thought that was an excellent question, because as a leader, you must lead with passion, not with pressure. You must lead with joy, with a sense of happiness, of willingness, of wanting to do what you're doing, not pressured, not forced, because that takes the joy away, that takes the passion away. And when you take that away, it will affect your mood, your character, your personality. Okay. So if you're having a bad day, maybe that one day you might want to just get some R&R, some rest and relaxation, and then come back the next day and be that same bubbly person and spirit that you were the day before. Try not to let your team see um, that part of it. There's nothing wrong with it because we're all human, but you want to keep it at a minimum because at the end of the day, you are that model. You are on top. And everything again that you do and you say and your dress matters. In our group, royalty at its finest, we always talk about um engaging in the product that you're selling. So if you're selling makeup, you want to wear makeup. Doesn't matter if you are a makeup wearer. Put the makeup on while you're selling or talking to the person and take it off when it's done. But that is part of leading. You are setting the example. You are showing the person you're selling lipstick. You don't have no lipstick on. If you have lipstick on, that person is going to be looking at your lipstick. And I'm almost willing to guarantee one of the questions they're going to ask you is, what color are you wearing? Right there. That is a great way of starting a conversation and then putting some energy in there. Girl, this color I got on is absolutely delicious. You see, we got so many colors just like that. There's a color for you. You're gonna like a color, I guarantee it, because there's many to choose from. Do you like this color? We have this color too. You want to put it on? Here, let me. Here, I got it right here. Something like that to that factor. Okay. Um, Other questions you might want to ask yourself as a leader in the form of things that you're doing. Would you buy from yourself? All right. Would you follow yourself as a leader? If you can't answer yes to those two questions, there's a problem. Okay. Even if you say, yes, I can, but no, no buts. Yes, and yes, you need to be 100% confident in what you are selling and how you are selling, and the format that you are selling your product. And it doesn't matter what you're selling. We're talking about Jafra, but it could be anything. It could be makeup, perfume, or skincare. It could be a hat, a shoe. It could be anything. You have to show your style in the way that if you are watching yourself or someone like you, you'll gravitate it right away. All right. When I first started watching lives, Ambassador Jamie Lynn Cruz was who I was buying from, and she was on it. She was making us feel very very good about that Jaffa product. We didn't know what it is. We just knew that we wanted to try it because we were watching her, and she was happy go lucky about that product. Now, when I got the product, it was all right. It was all right. But she sold it. And that is the point. And I learned that she sold it. And if it's sitting in my house, she did her job. It doesn't matter whether I feel now it's all right. What matters is she got my money. And being that it was all right, that was good enough for me to go back and try something else. And the more I was trying, the more I was liking it. And the more I was liking her personality, her character, her bubbliness, her energy. And she got me. That is what all of us can achieve in the same way. Now, since then, I've learned so many things. It's not easy. It's not, but it's achievable. It's attainable. We can do it. Just get all your ducks in a row. Take your time. Know what you want. Know what you don't want. I think knowing what you don't want might even be a little bit more important than knowing what you do want, because it's those do's and those don'ts that you want to make sure you stay away from, so that your path to greatness or to the next level is easier achievable by keeping away from those errors, those mistakes, those things that your gut is telling you, nah, you shouldn't do, or you shouldn't say, or you shouldn't act in that sense. Okay. Um, what else can I add? Your group, your team might be even more important than your customers. Okay, at least at that moment while you're with your team and your group. Okay, your tone, your speech, your way of passion. Okay, that flows out to your team. They feel that, they see that, and so you always want to be attentive to of yourself to them. Many a day, I'm disgusted, stressed, frustrated, and I can, you know, not yell, um, but I can, you can see the frustration on me. But moments later, I'll go back and give a hug, or I'll say, I'm sorry. We good. Don't worry about it. Okay. So if and with me, it's because I'm frustrated, and sometimes it's hard not to show your frustration, but I make sure I follow it up with a hug, with a, I'm sorry, with an I love you, just so that my team knows that I'm just imperfect. That's all. But I no animosity, no drama, no hate. I'm just imperfect, and I'm just going through something today, but I'll be okay. So sometimes as a leader, it's okay to admit wrong. It's okay to admit defeat. Sometimes it's okay. That's what makes us stronger. Okay. Leadership is not control, it's guidance. I loved when Luz said that to me. Leadership is not control, it's guidance. Now, there's sometimes as a leader, you may feel like you're controlling everything, or you have to control everything in order to keep your train moving. Maybe so. But as you're doing that, you just continue to reinvent better ways to control. Excuse me, to guide, not control, but to guide. Okay. True leadership means listening more, teaching through your actions, showing up consistently, and leading with the kind of energy that you possess, that is at its maximum for you, not for somebody else. I want to mention that as well. You don't want to look at somebody else's energy. You want to learn from someone's energy. You want to adapt someone else's energy, but you don't want to um, pinpoint or point out or put down someone's energy. You can acquire your own spirit, high spirit and energy yourself. All right. And leading with the kind of energy that you want your team to duplicate. Okay. When you change how you lead, your team changes as well, and they will change how they respond to how you lead. All right. And again, I always like to stress I'm a very sensitive and emotional guy. I was raised around a bunch of women. I have three sisters, an older sister, a twin sister, and a younger sister. All right. I was raised by a single parent, my mom, whom I love very, very much, and taught me how to respect women. Okay. Um, it is not going to be easy to be able to engage all the time, but you just think about the roots um, rules that you were taught as a kid growing up, and just incorporate those. Love, love, love. My mom always taught me love. Doesn't matter if you're angry, mad, sick, always be loving in what you do and what you say, especially as a leader. Okay. Um, when you don't want to say things like I need to sell more, you want to say things like I'm going to serve with a purpose. All right, we're selling, but it shouldn't be about selling or saying it in that term or that aspect. It's about serving. We are serving the public an essential product, in this case skincare, makeup, perfume. Those are three different products that billions of people use every day, and we're serving them with that product. And with that, while we're serving them with that product, we want to do it in an engaging and energetic form with love, care, and compassion. Always taking the customer and our team's feelings into consideration, adapting and molding how we lead and how we serve, not sell, but serve. Okay. Um, and just want to make sure that I've said all of the points I really wanted to say. Inspiration also comes along with leading. All right. You've got to inspire your team. You have to motivate your team and you have to guide your team. All right. Not easy, but attainable and achievable. All right. For all of us. Um, Reinvent your energy if you need to. Reinvent your follow up. Reinvent how you lead. Okay. Um, Managing your team is an art and a talent. I should have actually said that first. Managing and leading your team is an art and talent. Everybody does not have it, and everybody cannot achieve it. But us here who are already leaders, we have it or we have something, and that's what we use to build on. Okay. It's very easy to get disgusted. Very, very easy. Sometimes your team may not be doing what they're supposed to be doing. They may not be listening to you in the way that they should be listening to you, or you think they're listening to you. Take a deep breath, take a deep breath, take a deep breath. This is your art. This is your talent. Form it in the way that will connect you and your team. And at the end of the day, give them the the conclusion that you need them to get to fix whatever it is that they could be doing wrong. Okay. Love, care, concern for your people. Love, care, and concern for your people. All right. A bubbly personality. Loose Mercedes has a bubbly personality. That is something I looked at. I was like, whoa, she's fabulous. She's wonderful. I need to do a little bit more of that. So I'm jumping around on my lives. She was jumping around. That's what we should adapt to. That's the type of energy form that would be the most beneficial to us to serve our team and our customers. Um, Leading with personality, fashion, decor, makeup, as I mentioned, dress, skincare. I use Jafra every day. In fact, right before this meeting, I was 3 minutes late for the meeting because I realized it has been already 2, 3 hours since I put on my last regimen in the mirror. And so I needed to run and do that because I know this would be another hour, and then I would miss that hour or two for the day. And I'm on it. I'm on a schedule here. So I had to run in and put in my next one, which was the Nova Marine, by the way, which I love the Nova Marine restoration cream and serum. Use your product. All right. As a leader, use your product, whether it's makeup, whether it's skincare, whether it's perfume. All right. Um, I'm still learning the colognes and perfumes. All right. Even the women. I have never sprayed so much women perfume ever in my life ever, but I'm getting used to it and I'm having a good time because it's fascinating to smell the different smells, to line them up with the notes, right? The heart note, the top note, it's fascinating. And so I'm learning how to adapt it as a leader with my team and my customers, including the makeup. I can't put on the makeup, but I use as a man, um, I talk to the women in the sense from a man's point of view in regards to the makeup. That's beautiful. That's delicious. That's sexy. That's how I talk to make them see from a man's point of view that another man that you could be attracted to might think that lipstick that I just said is delicious, might think that's delicious as well. Try it. All right. Um, that is pretty much it. Your dress, your face, using the product, all of that is part of your art, part of your talent, part of your skill as a leader. Love, care, compassion, sensitivity, empathy, sympathy for your team, and definitely for your customers. All right. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask me. Um, I think that is pretty much it. Take it away, Queen
Thank
Linda.
you, Esteban. Thank you. I mean, like, round of applause, woo, for Esteban. I mean, I was writing some notes here. When you said you lead by what you awaken, and you talked about how you have to be true to the kind of person that you are in leading. To me, that's what attracted me to Jafra, is that, the power, the freedom to be you. And I
Yes.
and I think that that's beautiful. I'm just going to share like some of the things that I took away, and I invite anyone else to do the same, because I think, doing what Esteban did and getting in front of everyone and sharing from his heart, it also, that takes courage, and so I think it's important in our loving environment that we have to also affirm Esteban and let him know what touched our heart. So for me, that touched my heart today, when you said your team is more important than your customers. Leadership is not control, it's guidance. I can identify with that. Like, we're not here to control people. No one can control people. I learned that as a mother of adult children. You can't control those humans, but we can guide them. And when we guide, people see our hearts. So for me, Esteban, thank you for those points. I will take those with me today. You hit me right in the heart with that. So thank you so much for that. Does anyone else have something that they want to share that spoke to them?
Um, this
Go ahead,
this was
Marla.
oh, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Thanks. Yes, kudos to Papo, and thanks for allowing us on this platform, Royalty at its finest. Several things. I'm going to share three quick nuggets that I loved. Reinventing the way you lead and plan. Disconnected energy will flow to your team. I love that. And this is so big, that I believe in. Bring your creativity and find your niche, because whatever works for Merla may not work for you. So you have to hone in on that. So awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Marla. Anyone else? You got a lot of love in the chat too, Esteban.
I love everybody. I love everyone in this room.
Carol Boyer was just hitting right those nuggets. Leadership
Awesome.
needs guidance, sales is service. Um, so I mean,
Thank you, Carol.
you have a lot of love in the chat. Catherine Hill put adapt and mold how we serve. Um, so Lenora said, will the replay be sent? Yes, of course. I am recording this. We're gonna hold on to these gold nuggets. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna share it with everyone. Anyone else want to share something?
I'd like to say something. I
Go right
love
ahead.
when he said lead with passion, not pressure. And we all do that when we're trying to sell not really sell, but if I'm trying to invite you, Linda, to go to a new restaurant, I'm very passionate about it. So, oh my gosh, wait till you try, when that's what that message was to me. We have to lead with the passion and don't pressure people, because I don't like to be pressured. So I'm not going to be that person. Someone in Jamie's upline, I can't remember who wrote it, but it came, because of what he was saying. She said, Oh, that Jamie, his upline, makes people believe we can't live without Jafra. And I love that. I thought that was really good. And
That was me, and that's a true statement.
okay, thank you. And most of all, he's real. I just sense such a realness from him that's why you're doing so well, because that's your spirit and your energy is coming across as real. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're
I'm
welcome.
getting emotional here. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you for
And I can
sharing
say
that.
that I've been on many of Papo's lives. I take notes every live that he's teaching something, but he makes all the ladies on his live feel like he's just talking to them specifically, and he's always giving compliments and making them feel seen, and that the products that he's selling, they do need them. So his lives are very engaging.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you.
Alpo,
Yes, love.
this was very good. You did a very good job today. Um,
Thank you.
let me say about you, and I'm not a flatterer, so if I say this, I mean it from my heart. Papo has an energy to draw women, and they believe what he says about the products. I don't care what he's talking about. It might be some obscure thing, a toothbrush, anything. When he gets through talking to you about that, you believe whatever he said about that product. And so the way, and that's an engaging that most people do not have. But you have a way about you, Papo, that just convinces people. You're a very good student of Jamie. You are a very good student of Jamie. Jamie makes us believe we can't live. If we don't have almond oil, we ain't gonna survive. Our lives are not gonna be the same. And you have a way of just convincing people that whatever it is that you're selling will make them more beautiful and more engaging. So, um,
Thank you, Chef. And I would add, that's where I got it from. I got it from Ambassador Jamie Lynn. She's the one that taught me that you've got to be passionate about your product and you've got to show your customer that you care about them.
Yes.
Okay. And I realized as a guy, I'm one of the few. And so I've got a lot of women around me. And that's why I had brought up being raised with women, because that's why I'm so
uh-huh.
comfortable in talking about women things, in showing women things, even makeup. Through my life with my wife, with my children, you couldn't catch me in Macy's with my wife at the makeup stand or the perfect perfume stand. Hell no. You go do that, and when you're done, call me. I'm going to the men's store or whatever. I didn't have patience for that, but I found the patience because I realized the world of makeup and women's perfume is so huge and so big, and I've gotten the understanding and the love for it of why women love their shoes,
Hey, I'm
love
going.
their
That for me. I'm
skincare,
calling you back.
love their perfume, love their makeup. I understand that now. And so I make them feel, I give them the masculine opinion of what that lipstick looks like, of what that hat looks like, of what that piece of jewelry looks like, because I don't know if they have someone in their life on their side who's doing that for them.
Mm-hmm.
That
Well,
is so
And
true.
you
that
do a
came
very good
from
job.
Jamie.
You do a
I
very
have,
good
Thank you,
this
job.
is
ladies.
Carol. I have a quick question. First of all, we have, a reflection because I don't go out that much anymore. And since I have a huge team, I make more, I make more money with my leadership commission check than I would selling Jafra. But most of our consultants, most of them, we all know that we have to treat them as
Clients.
gold
Equal.
clients, gold customers, and so many of them do not know what Jafra has for them. They don't know we have deodorants. They don't know we have shampoo. They just think it's skincare or a lipstick or whatever. That's, they just buy that. But I didn't know your nickname is Papo because I thought your name was Esteban. So and I have one question. We have a couple of consultants They prefer to buy really expensive fragrances. I mean, the stuff that costs $300 or more. How is there any way, because they want they want to look for the bourgeois or the bougie kind of look. They want to say, "Oh, I'm wearing this, I'm wearing that." Is there any way to convince them that I told them that Jaffra's fragrances are made by the same fragrance houses that your perfume is probably made by, Givaudan and Firmenich, and that doesn't seem to fly. They just want to wear the status thing. Is there any way to
That's
work
a
with
great
them?
question. That's a great question, because many of my customers are the exact same way. I am that way. It took me a while to I think probably for the first year I was buying Jafra perfumes and colognes, and I wasn't even touching them because I'm like, that ain't doing me no good. But as I started to, I realized I had to. You need to know what it smells like. I started realizing they are different. They are different from the bougie, from the $300 perfumes and colognes out there. And so, how I sell it to my customers, first of all, I learned from Ambassador Jamie, always showing those notes, always letting them know what is in there. What are the attributes of the scents? The top note, the heart note, the base note. That automatically tells them, or gives them an idea of the format of the scent of the fragrance. I also say to them, it's okay to rather have a $200 bottle of cologne sitting on their table. I probably have 100, because I'm one of those. I collect colognes like stamps, like people collect coins. And the crazy thing is, the higher the expense, the more it's calling my name. As crazy as that sounds, but I realize in selling Jafra cologne, I need a couple of those Jaffa bottles on my table too, because there's a difference in the format of how it smells. And I pick and choose where I'm wearing the $300 cologne to versus where I'm wearing my Jaffa cologne. And in my eyes, I'm viewing it as the same. And so I tell my customers, I'll send you a sample. Just try it. $20, $30. You will like that scent so much that you won't mind sitting that $30 bottle right next to that $300 bottle. I also in some of the bottles describe what they look like. Some people buy perfumes just because of the beautifulness of the bottle.
Yes, yeah.
So there are certain bottles, like Queen, the new Queen that came out. Awesome. Okay. And Joffrey, if you're listening, please don't change the black and the crown on the bottle. Okay. But some of their bottles are a lot of their bottles are beautiful in how they are. The what is it? The top pop, the mango ice pop or perfume. Beautiful. The sweetie pop and the small little thing. They're really cute. My daughter comes in and collects them just because she likes how the bottle is. I took that and adapted it to get other people interested in the bottle, not only in the notes.
Esteban, I think we were talking about this before we started officially, so it's not in the recording, so I'll bring it up. One of the things that I think is becoming more relevant to me is how important it is to be passionate about the product. We have to know the product, right? Jamie and I have had this conversation, and she's super passionate about that. And so that might be an opportunity for us to explore, not in place of leadership. I think leadership, team building is very important, but everything starts with being passionate about the product. And so, that's got to be the foundation of everything. When someone is selling something to you, and when they're passionate about it. And when someone is selling something to you, that sounds like a one-time transaction. Like you're going to buy it, you're never going to see that person again. There's no relationship base, there's no relationship built. You just bought something and you might like it, or you might think, oh, well, that was a waste. But when someone's passionate about something, they're probably passionate about you too. And that's when you get a thank you note. That's when you get a follow-up call. And then you feel like it feels like more than just a one-time buy. Now you feel like a customer, like someone special. And so I think it's being passionate about the product and transferring that passion onto being passionate about the people. And that's what I've gotten from what you've said and shared with us, Esteban. That is, to me, that's still sales 101. You have to be passionate about the product. You have to be passionate about the people. Everything else just sounds salesy like, and that's not who we are. Why Jaffer has such loyalty is because of the passion. And and I think we all feel it. We have felt it. I'm like Jamie. I cannot live without Royal Almond. I've said it before. I'm postmenopausal. My skin is a desert. Without Jaffa, my skin would just like it would just flake off, and I would fall apart. I need that moisture. And when it comes to those products, like I'm super passionate about it. So I think that let's explore that. Why not? Let's explore how we can become passionate about the product, how we can get to know everything that's in that catalog. Looking at the catalog as an opportunity, especially in this holiday season, there's gonna be something in that catalog for everyone. And this is the best time when people are out there looking. Why not fill their need and let them know how much love and care we put into what we do, into our product, into our people, and what we do. So thank you so much, Esteban. I have really enjoyed being with all of you today. I super enjoyed. I learned so much. I have my notes. I learned so much from you, Esteban. So thank you for sharing. Let's keep the love. Let's keep the energy flowing. Let's go have a wonderful close of mid-month today. And let's keep this thing going. So tomorrow, I know that we are on again for Power Week. We will be with Janine Shell. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. Thank you, Esteban. Woohoo! Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Esteban.
Thank you, Linda.
Hi, Esteban. How do we see your page?
I am on Radiance Ready on Facebook. So just put in the search bar Radiance Ready, and that will be my page. And you can also inbox me with any questions as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a fabulous day, everyone.
Hello, Queen Diana.
You did great.